Hey, college and career success. Welcome to week 15. Hard to believe that we are almost done. This is toward the very last little bit of our semester. So I just want to make sure you are aware of a few things. First, your student services assignment is due next week. So at this point, there might be one or two more offerings, so the choices are limited. This is an assignment that's been open since the very beginning of the semester, and unfortunately there are no alternate assignments for this. So hopefully you've attended one and you've just been hanging on to that certificate, because I still have a handful of you who need to get that in. So make sure that it is submitted. You can drop it right there in that Dropbox. There's also a video that walks you through how to complete it. So that is due next week. I also want to let you know that week 3 will be reopening this coming weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So if you missed any work from the beginning of the semester, you may go ahead and take a look at the week 3 folder and get some of those points back. Also, week 16 is opening early, so please finish week 15 first. So go through and complete all your assignments for week 15, and then week 16 is opening up early on Friday. So you can see the dates are already set. Hopefully you're also paying attention to the fact that, and this is in your syllabus, but the course closes on Friday, December 12th. So that's why week 16 also opens early for you to wrap up, but because you have a full week this way. So you need to make sure week 16 is all done by Friday, December 12th. So again, the semester is closed on that Friday. So if you get done with week 15 early, because there's a good handful of you who tend to get done on like Monday or Tuesday of the week, if you get done early, take advantage of that week 16 opening up early as well. I will also reopen week 4. It's not set yet, but during week 16, week 4 will be reopened for a few days. Okay, all of that will be in my announcements as well, because I know that was a lot of information, but I just want to make sure that you are aware of everything as we are getting ready to finish up the course. All right, so week 15 is a normal week. You have a discussion board post due by Wednesday for your weekly attendance, and then your response to classmates by Sunday, and then of course your Chapter 11 assignment and your Chapter 11 quiz. Both of those are due Sunday as well. So let's hop right in. Your Chapter 11 prompt: are your eating and sleeping habits currently affecting your ability to have a super successful college experience? So Chapter 11 is all about, scroll up, is all about like making healthy habits and healthy choices physically and mentally. And so if you haven't had a chance, please make sure that you watch the video or spend some time in the text or the slides, because that's what this is referring back to, is thinking about the habits that you have. And they focus on eating and sleeping, but you can also talk about are you taking good care of yourself in terms of self-care? Are you drinking enough water? Just think of those healthy habits. Describe that any health and wellness changes that you could make to eating clean or sleeping well or working out or whatever it might be, and how that will benefit you in the short and long term, specifically academically, because it's all tied together. If you can make these changes, you may see a change in your academics additionally. So just think about the habits that you currently have, what you need to maybe improve upon, what you could do. And on the flip side, if you're already doing things, if you already have really good habits put into place, you could also talk about that. So really just focus on kind of the healthy habits you have, the healthy habits you could be making, how that's going to affect you overall. All right, then you have your Chapter 11 assignment. This is called Make or Break a Habit, and so it's going to open up into a Word doc, and this is kind of I don't want to call it a thought experiment, but similar. It's called Make or Break a Habit, make and break. You are going to go through, now I know it says weeks 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't worry about necessarily the week part of it, but you're going to come up with 4 habits to make, 4 healthy habits to make. So maybe you're I want to drink more water, I want to get more exercise, I want to spend half an hour reading every day, whatever it is, healthy habit, whether it's for your mind, your body, your soul, whatever. And then you're going to think of 4 unhealthy habits to break. So maybe you can partner them. Maybe here you talk about, I want to drink more water. The unhealthy is, I want to not drink as much pop. So they can go together, or they don't have to be related at all. So maybe your unhealthy habit is, I scroll too much at night, I need to get better sleep. Or I tend to procrastinate and it causes me extra stress. So whatever the unhealthy habit is to break. So again, they can match or they can be completely separate. Now, down here you have 5 questions to think about, because in theory, I'm not going to know if you put these into action or not. It'd be great if you did, right? It'd be nice if we all had good habits and broke our bad habits, but what reminders will you use to either make or break your habits? Are you going to set reminders on your phone, post-it notes? You're going to have a family or friend kind of remind you or check in? How do you plan, or what do you plan to do if you forget about the habit? So let's say you make this plan of like, oh, I'm going to drink like 64 ounces of water a day. I don't know, whatever. And all of a sudden for like a week, you forget. Like, what's your plan to do if you forget? How would you feel if you were able to make or break the habit for good? How would your life be different? How would you feel if you were able to not make or break it? Would you be discouraged? Would you try again? And then what obstacles might prevent you from making or breaking these habits? So again, just coming up with, because this chapter is all about like healthy lifestyles, making healthy habits and breaking unhealthy ones, and then answer those questions. And you'll submit that in the Dropbox. And then finally, your chapter 11 quiz. Remember, again, you need to answer all parts of the questions. So question 1 is, you have been asked to create an informational flyer about the importance of sleep. What should you include? So think about some of the things the chapter talks about sleep and why it's important. What would you put on that poster? Question 2, do you have a stress relief routine? What's worked for you in the past? Is there anything from this chapter that is new that you'd be willing to try? Question 3, what mental health disorder do you think is most common? The textbook talks about it, but then it asks you to kind of combine the textbook with personal experience. So whether you think it's like anxiety, stress, depression, whatever it is, talk about it and then kind of what the book says and what you say. Question 4, what are the 3 types of exercise mentioned and what are the benefits of each type? Please make sure that you actually look at it. Here it is, boom, right there. I basically gave you the answer. Just kind of look through that section, condense it, and tell me the benefits. And then question 5, how can you recognize when someone is using drugs or alcohol? And what can you do if you think it's an issue, it's becoming problematic? So again, make sure that you submit that by Sunday as well. So real quick recap, please make sure you spend some time in chapter 11 so you have a good basis of what's going on with the chapter. Post your original response to that chapter 11 discussion by Wednesday. Respond to 2 classmates by Sunday. Complete your chapter 11 assignment on habits and chapter 11 quiz by Sunday as well. Remember that week 16 is opening early on Friday. Week 3 is reopening for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and submit your student service assignment